Hey, I'm Krista Wax. You're listening to MSP Sound on KFAI, and I'm so thrilled. I have Yemi Love with me right now. Hello.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Makes two of us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we're here today because, well, first of all, I am a huge fan of you and your music.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course. And second, you have a fun event coming up. Why don't you tell me
I
all about it?
do. I do. So, there's this show that Sue Scott puts on at Crooner Supper Club every other month. It's called Island of Discarded Women. And it has live music, social commentary, stories, and each show she has like a special guest, and it's only or live original music. And I had met her a year before, when I performed on the show, but as part of an a cappella group called Singers. And between then and now, she had been talking to me about, coming on the show, just performing my own music as Yemi Love. And it just didn't quite pan out. And we spoke, a few months ago and decided that April 4th was the date. So I'm going to be on the show, along with Mary T. Mary T is owner of Crooners, and also amazing humanitarian. So she will be on as special guest, and there'll be others on the show as well. And I'll be performing original music. And again, it's on the 4th of April at Crooners Supper Club in Fridley.
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. What a wonderful opportunity. What a great event
Yes, it is.
to be part of it. I love crooners. It's such a great space.
Probably shouldn't say this, but it is my favorite venue. It's my favorite live music venue. It's just cool, and I live in the North Metro, so I guess I'm a little biased there, but it's just an amazing venue. And I've been there. I mean, I've performed there a ton of times, but I've also attended shows there a ton of times. And it's just like nice, cozy, easy listening type venue. I love Crooners.
Exactly. Those are all the same reasons. I love it too. And then even during the pandemic, I'm not sure if they'll switch back to it when they pivoted and did shows outdoors too. That was a great
Yeah,
move.
yeah. I attended one show, yeah, out when it was outdoors. And I've attended a couple they have a tent that they use sometimes for performances. I've attended there, and then of course in their main room, which is where we'll be having um, the event on the 4th.
That is fantastic. Tell me a little bit more about tell me a little bit more about the event, what people can expect from you. I know you said you're going to perform some songs.
Yes, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to be performing. Just like, so I don't want to give it all away, but
No, no, no.
I'll be doing songs from my entire catalog. So it'll span my entire career. I moved here in 2012, but prior to moving here, I lived and worked as a recording and performing artist in Nigeria, and I released my first album. So there's music from that album that I'll be performing, and there's music from my new my second phase, as I like to refer to it, in Minnesota. I'll be performing, music from there as well. And then it's not just the performance, the format of the show allows, so it's kind of like interview, but also performance. So um, attendees get to hear, a little bit about the backstory about my life, my journey so far, as a recording artist, backstories about the music. There's at least one story that's never been heard before. I'll be sharing for the first time. So it'll be like an intimate experience. Like if you are a fan of my music, it's definitely, it'd be an evening for you because you will get to have, peel back the layers and really have an intimate conversation and performance. And if you're not a fan of the music, it's also a great event for you because you get to learn a little more about me and the stories about the music. A lot of times, especially for artists like me who, predominantly write all of our music. um, uh, it's when you hear the backstories, you kind of get a peek into what we were thinking, what we were feeling when we, wrote these songs. So I think it's a great opportunity to just have like an intimate experience with me and my music and the other guests that will be there on that night.
That sounds fantastic. That makes it sound a little like the VH1 storytellers that they used to. I don't know if you're familiar with
Yes,
that,
ma'am. Yeah.
right? Ooh, the storytellers with Yemi Love.
Yeah, I'm really a big fan of productions such as this because, again, performances are great, but having that opportunity to get like a little, window into the artist's mind and where they were at when they made the music is also, can bring a new layer to the music. The next time you're listening, you can be like, oh, I know why, she wrote that, or I know why he wrote that. And you just kind of, it resonates a little different when like, when you can connect to some of the backstories.
Absolutely. I fully agree. I think events like this are very, very special, and we should have more like this. And I'm so glad you're a part of this one because I want to know more about you. I want to hear these stories. We won't make you share them here today, but we'll give that tease, make people come out to Crooners. Go to
Yeah,
Fridley, check it out.
I would love for as many people as possible to come out. It's going to be a great night.
Oh, wonderful. Well, tell me a little bit more about the Yummy Love world. You don't have to go. Obviously, we're not going storytellers here today. You're off the hook. Well,
So
what else is happening, or what else do you want to share?
right now I'm working on my second album. Um, it's my first album since I moved here to Minnesota. I've put out a number of singles, and the response has just been great. My most recent single, Only You Are Bokoku, has been just phenomenal how people have reacted to the song and how much they've embraced it. So I'm excited to complete the album. I'm looking forward to completing it later this year. I've learned not to say a date unless you actually have it complete because I've had to push back this date, at least 2 times now. But I'm close to completing the album. It's going to be called The Love Stories. And I'm excited for people to hear because you hear the singles and it's like a moment in time. And then you hear the entire project and then you can see how everything comes together and what I was trying to do. So I'm definitely an album artist. Like it's about the body of work for me. You can listen to a single and still connect with it, but when you listen to the entire album, it's like an experience. So I'm excited to put up my album, The Love Stories, later this year, and in between that time and now to just be performing, as much as possible. And the easiest way to keep up with my performances is online, like on social media and on my website, and try to post when I'm out and about in the city.
Okay. Well, that is good to know. Well, that is very exciting. I'm excited for that full album. I won't bug you about it. I promise. We'll play what I got. And I love it. I do. I love your voice. I love your music.
Thank
It's
you.
lovely. It's beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
I'm sure this new album will be incredible. Yay.
Thank you. I'm excited. I really am. It's been a long time coming. So
I'm sure. And yeah, I totally get where you don't want to say an actual date, but sure everything is in place.
yep, you know how these things happen. You think and then there's this one little change, and then there's one little thing, and yeah. So yeah,
Absolutely. Well, Yummy, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
absolutely. It's been my utmost pleasure. It's been great talking with you.
Oh, it's been lovely chatting with you too. Let's run through the event. Island of Discarded Women,
Correct.
Thursday, April 4th.
That's correct. At
Mhm.
Crooner's Supper Club in Fridley.
Yes, we almost jinxed right there. Like a positive jinx, not a negative. Well, thanks everyone. Come check out that event. That sounds fantastic. And it was lovely chatting with you today.
Thank you so much.